Collective. I'm Tsenica and I do tarot readings. This time specifically, I will do a tarot reading in English. Usually I do tarot readings in this channel in my native language, which is Mongolian. But somehow I've been really called to do tarot reading in English, so here it is. For this reading, I have drawn 3 beautiful moon cards for you to choose, or maybe if you are drawn to all of the 3 cards, you can listen to all the messages that I'm gonna lay out for the 3 cards. And I'm gonna introduce the 3 cards here right now. So this is the moon card by a Japanese creator. I think the creator's name is Kuma-chan, and they have really soft and beautiful, cute, compassionate, self-loving cards that I really love. And this morning, today, I've been called to draw these 3 cards. So I have 3 cards, slightly different from each other, and maybe one of them will be more of interest to you and relating to your current situation. So the first card is self-branding with the number 9. So the numbers could relate to you in any way. It could be your lucky favorite number, or it could be your birth month, your birthday, or just, your favorite number. Anyway, the number is 9. The title of the card is self-branding, and it's a self-explanatory. It's for those who are more called to change their maybe looks, or maybe homes, or maybe careers, or maybe just in general everything about life. They are willing or really called to or really want to change their life, and they're about to enter a different phase or a cycle or a frequency of their life. And the zodiac for this card is Leo. So maybe you're a Leo, or you have Leo moon or rising, or specifically you don't have to have any Leos. It's not limited to Leos, but maybe you are called to have more Leo traits these days, such as embracing your beauty and sharing your grace with others, and so forth on. The moon phase for the first card is new moon. So as it suggests, it's about beginning a new chapter of your life. The second card we have, the number is 13, and the title of the card is airy. So maybe it's for airy signs, or it can be just for people who are more into having airy atmosphere recently, such as going into the countryside, or just opening the window, enjoying the weather, enjoying the wind. It can be about just being present and enjoying the present moment. The zodiac for the card is Libra, and the moon card is new moon. Moon phase is new moon. So it's also about going into a new phase, a new beginning of your life, where you are more present with yourself, with your life, and you are more aware of your breath, and you want to take a deeper breath maybe. The third card is number 4. It's my birthday number. The title of the card is Fulfilling Days. So as you can see from the card itself, it's about having really fulfilling, optimistic, cheerful perspective of life. Even though the cup may be half empty, but also the cup is half full. So it's about having more of the optimistic, positive perspective in life and everything. The zodiac for the card is Taurus. So maybe it's about having Taurus traits, such as resting more, cozying up more, giving yourself a little a little bit more me time, self-care time, and just eating a very nice meal. And the moon phase for this card is full moon. So I'll give you a minute to focus, take a deep breath, and maybe choose all of the cards if you wish. Hello, beautiful collective who chose the number card 1, the first card, which was number 9, self-branding, and Leo new moon. So I have already drawn all the messages cards for you, beautiful collective, but I will be showing them one by one, which I think will be easier to integrate the advices, the messages. And first of all, I really wanted to draw some charms for you all. I have all of them in my hand, and let's see what charms are given to you in this recent days, in this chapter of your life, in this phase of your life. Ooh. So the first 2 charms that have been fallen from my hand is the apple. I think you have been very hard working until now, and this is a traditional jewelry, I think, design that we have in Mongolia. I don't know the specific meaning of this jewelry or the design, but I'm sure for sure it has a meaning of grace, harmony, and peace or safety. Yes. So I believe that you have reached a stage in your life you are fully feeling secure, fully feeling safe in your own body, in your own country, in your home, and maybe even in your relationships with others and yourself for sure. And now you are ready to harvest the crop of your hard work, which is resembling the apple, the red apple in this charm reading. Let's draw another charm. Ooh, wings. Yes, I've been really drawn to wings for this collective and the tree. So as I see, you have outgrown your old lifestyle, I would say, your old mindset, your old perspective, and even maybe your old friends, your community, because you have reached a different level in your life, maybe a more higher frequency in energy, and you have just outgrown your old life, and now you're ready to change things up, you're ready to level up, and you don't have the need to have meaningless connections, networking, with people anymore. Maybe before you used to have that need to, meet and talk with people who are not especially that much connected to you, but now you are much more grounded in yourself, meaning that you don't have any problem with staying by yourself, being by yourself alone. You don't feel so lonely, And for the golden wing charm to appear, for sure you are spreading your wings and ready to fly, ready to take over, ready maybe finally to take over and do anything you wanted to do, in your life, ready to chase your dreams, ready to finally, embrace who you truly are deep inside and do what you really want to do in life. Maybe before you were really limited to other people's opinion of you, your family, your friends, your community, and the society in general, but now you just don't give an F about it anymore, and you are ready to take over, and you are ready to harvest the crop of your hard work. Let's dive into the Oracle advices, messages for you, beautiful collective number 1. So the first 3 Oracle cards I have drawn for you are these 3. The first card that catched my attention was the card in the middle, Soul Family. I think finally now you are coming into a stage in your life where you really treasure precious connections, and they don't have to be numerous, they don't have to be in a lot of number, it doesn't have to be a whole lot of gang for you to feel connected. What matters most is the quality of connections you have, quality of the other person you are sharing the bond, the connection with. You are more into meaningful conversations and meaningful friendships, I would say. And all of these people who carry so much meaning and give you so much insights and good energy, most probably they are a soul family for you. And it doesn't have to mean that they have to be from your family or your relatives, of course, or from your old community, or from your old circle. They can be, mostly they are from a new community, new circle, sudden, unexpected meetings, sudden friendships that you have not planned to, and they really mean a lot. And it doesn't have to be a long-lasting friendship as well, I would say, because even that one time you bumped into each other, let's say, for example, when you were traveling, and you just met a person who you spent only one day together, or maybe like an hour, but still they had so much meaning for you. The conversation, the energy, the connection, the feeling, the energy overall had so much meaning for you, and it kind of changed, a little part of you. And after that, you have grown more shinier, more fuller, I would say, and they just helped you to reconnect with your inner part of yourself, of your own self. They didn't give you a connection that you get dependent on, which is not a true soulful connection. So true soulful connections are the connections where it's impossible to get dependent on each other, because what you give one another is not emotional manipulation or anything of that sort. It's just really raw, authentic connection. And the second card that I was drawn to is the card called Unbound. This card was upside down first, and I think you have been dealing with a lot of karmic ties lately, and I think you've been healing a lot of ugly stuff in yourself recently, in your subconscious, in your DNA, from your childhood, from your family, and even the most ugly stuff comes from our own self. So I would say, I think you were working a lot with yourself, trying to heal all the ugliness in yourself. And I think you are feeling much more freer recently, and congratulations to you. Good job. The third card that was shown to me was this card, Keepers of the Earth. It says, "You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you." And just as reading the message of the card. I think it's self-explanatory, and even though you may be alone, spending your days alone, living your days alone, you don't feel that lonely and alone anymore. You know that there is always an energetic spiritual support that's beside you, that's behind you, and they're all cheering for you, they're all supporting you, and they're all helping you, you know? Maybe when you fall down, we fall down, you know? It's okay to fall down. The most important part is to feel supported once again, to find that support within your heart and stand up. And I would say your ancestors are behind you and they're helping you to stand up whenever you fall down, like a toddler who is learning to walk. Okay, let's go into our next messages. Yes, these 3 oracle cards are next, and the first card that showed up was this one. True manifesting is about receiving what is of the highest good for all. And this card is also self-explanatory. I think maybe before you have manifested for things that were not for the highest good for all, but for yourself only. If to be more specific, maybe you have manifested things for your ego and it didn't really work, you know, it didn't manifest in reality. And this card is just trying to remind us that things that are meant to be for the highest good for us and for all will manifest itself, no matter what, I would say. Even it may take some time, you know. It depends on your growth, it depends on your soul journey, it depends on your soul development or healing process, but things that are meant to happen will happen. Maybe it will happen in different ways. Maybe it will happen in different times depending on your growth, as I said. And of course, the message here is for wishing for oneness, you know, manifesting your desires, not for your ego, but for the highest good, which is for the one. We are all one, and if things are good for everyone, then things will be really great for you, for sure. If things are great only for you and it's not great for others, then it doesn't have any meaning to be having your life to be the only one that's great, you know. Maybe your ego will be happy about that. Okay, and the next card was, I'm in awe of the magnificent guidance that's available to me. I can see that even from this video and from other things, you have been getting a lot of guidance, a lot of good energy, a lot of messages from the universe, from your highest self, or maybe, and you just can't believe it. It's like you are sometimes wondering if this is all true and if this is all... Maybe you are slightly worried, what if this is all an illusion or delusion? But I would say that I think you have worked so hard on yourself, on your healing journey, and that now you are getting a lot of these messages that were waiting for you to open the door. It's as if you have opened the door and so many messages were waiting, you know, behind the door. And now that you have opened the door, now that you have healed and worked on yourself, all these things that were waiting for you to reach to that frequency, to reach to that level, you know, are just kind of like falling onto you like a waterfall. And maybe you're like in shock of the grand change in your life. The next card is my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. So maybe this is an insight and realization that you have uncovered recently. Maybe before, maybe like a year or 2 years ago, you have been very forceful about things. You really try to control things, and if things didn't go the way you wanted them to, you would become really aggressive or really frustrated, and it would give you more negative energy and emotions and even tensions in your body, even illness in your body. So now you have come to a stage where you realize that I don't really have to control things. I can just embrace whatever is coming my way. And that way it feels really free. You really feel free. Before, when you were trying to force things, you maybe felt very tight and like stuck in a box, stuck in a prison cell. But now you feel like you can do anything, and anything is possible. Okay, let's get into our next beautiful oracle message. As you can see, I've drawn different kinds of oracle cards for this reading, and I think all of them can resonate with you in very, very helpful different ways. From this oracle cards, I could see that you are standing in front of a maybe big decision. As I said before, maybe you're finally ready to do what you really want to do, but then also because of the fear, because of the deep-rooted fear you have within, you are really scared whether you should do it or not, even though you know you should. And this is a message for you. I would say, risk it. Go ahead. Just take the chance, All you need is some confidence in yourself. Just like in this card, just like this beautiful bird, you have to spread your wings. You gotta show the world who you really are, who you truly are, your true colors. And after that, all your wishes, let's not say all. Let's say your most fulfilling, your most desired wishes from the soul will be fulfilled after this step, after this step of bravery and courage. And just as I was saying courage, these cards showed up, and I think you are close to becoming successful in whatever you are wanting to success in. But to reach that success, to get into that successful step, to get into that successful frequency of your life, you need courage, which is inner strength to face fear with confidence. I would say personally, I really understand what you're going through, because before opening this YouTube channel, I also struggled with this issue. I was really scared of being seen myself, and it took me a lot of strength, a lot of courage and bravery to risk it and take a step and open this YouTube channel. And now I'm here, and now I'm really much more happier than before. So I really understand what you're going through, and I want to guarantee you that if you take the step that you're afraid to take now, you will be so thankful to yourself later. And I think the fear, the risk, the blocking limitation that is happening for you is related to surrendering. And as I said before, maybe you have a need to control things with force before, and even though you have changed, maybe you still are grabbing onto little things that are very deeply rooted in you and surrendering these things. Finally, releasing the need to control these things will give you the success and the courage for the next chapter of your life that you are so have been waiting for. Okay, and after that, I have drawn these beautiful subconscious dream interpretation cards. And most definitely the wish you desire for, the dream you have been wanting to get at, really connects with money, with wealth. Maybe you've been scared to manifest money or wealth before. Maybe you need to take a risk now to get into that phase of your life where wealth and money is just, falling down on you from the universe. Universe maybe have been waiting for you to open the door, for you to receive the abundance you so much deserve and you so much need, or like you so much desire. And this is also related with your childhood dreams, with your subconscious mind, with your inner child wishes. So if you can connect the dots here, it means you gotta follow your childhood dream and you will get the wealth, you will get the abundance, you will get the money so that you deserve. Okay, and for the closing reading, I have drawn 2 archetype cards for you. These are my favorite cards, and I know this reading have been really soft and easy and cheerful, but I wanted to end the reading with something really grounded and slightly serious, if you would say. As I drew this card, I understood that this has to do with mother issues, and I want to say that almost everyone has mother issues, no matter what kind of mother, like perfect mother you thought you had. All of our mothers have their own wounds, and of course they don't do it intentionally, but subconsciously somehow they attach these wounds to their newborn infants. And this is also one of the deepest and most challenging, maybe, like healing journeys that we have to do. And your reading, your success, your inner child, your maybe childhood dream, your true self, your healing journey, now it maybe has reached a level of healing the mother wound, mother issue. And I have a feeling that you already know this, you have already started this healing journey, and now you are ready to do it. Now you have reached a potential to be completely understand about this, and you can overcome it. I believe so. I have a good feeling about it. Okay, so this was a reading for the first card. And if you have watched my first English tarot reading video, I'm so happy it has helped you and has connected with you. And if you like, please support this video and leave a comment so that I can connect with the collective more, and I will do another video, hopefully. Thank you, goodbye. Hello, beautiful collective that chose card number 2, which is number 13, with title Airy, and Libra New Moon. As we have discussed before, I understand that this collective is recently more into resting and just taking some time to themselves. maybe they have finished a rather challenging time in their life, or maybe they have worked so hard and now they are taking some much needed, desired, much expected resting time that they're giving to themselves. It doesn't have to be literal work that you did. It can be spiritual, emotional, mental work that you did for some time, and giving space, air for yourself to clear your mind, to clear your spirit and body, and just giving yourself some presence. So yes, I almost forgot. I want to draw some charms for this collective and see what charms are coming into your life as of this period of your life. Oof. These wings keep falling. I see that you have already spread your wings for quite some time, and it's not such a new idea to you. But it's interesting, it's only one wing. Same as the first collective, an apple has fallen. I believe that you are having a very abundant, maybe abundant period in your life. It doesn't have to be necessarily monetarily or material abundance. It can be, I believe it's more of a mental abundance, which is clarity for sure. Having more clarity in your mind, having more space and awareness to be present with your life. And I think it's very suitable for you to spend some time near the water. If you're not nearby natural water such as lake or beach or ocean or waterfall, maybe you can spend some time showering and taking baths regularly, daily. And I think it will help the time that you're taking to give yourself much needed rest and just love for your everything, for your mind, body, and soul. Ooh. I see you that you have a very ancestral blessings in your life, in this lifetime. I mean, you have many ancestral guidance and support, and ancestral, that also meaning that you have a lot of ancestral work to do, such as healing the ancestral trauma and wounds. I also believe that you have a calling in this life. You are called to do something. It doesn't have to be so huge, it doesn't have to be so grand, but it's probably something that is not suitable for everyone. It's very specific, and I believe it's different for each one of you, the specialty of your calling, but it seems like it's very rare and specific, and it's a very large, or should I say deep, calling that you have felt since your childhood. Yes. Okay. I'll put away the charms. Collective number 2, let's get into your oracle card reading session. I have drawn several different oracle cards for you, and the first one is these messages. The first card that appeared into my attention was this card saying, appreciation dissolves all blocks to the presence of my super attractor power. So I believe that this collective is people who are really good at attracting whatever they wish or desire. And if you want to tap into your super attractor power, it is done when you are in a state of gratitude and appreciation. And I think that you have already observed and realized this insight about your attractor power. Maybe sometimes when you're not feeling so in the mood for gratitude and appreciation, maybe things don't go the way you really want. And when you're feeling extra thankful, extra appreciative, you already attract things that you didn't maybe even consciously observe or realize that you want. But then after you get it, you kind of see that, oh, I really did kind of want this though. Like maybe even in your dreams or somehow in your feelings, you have already wished for it, but not consciously, and then it already appeared in your life. So appreciation mode is gonna boost your manifesting and attractor powers. And I want to say that not everyone has that kind of access into attracting things they want in their life. Of course everyone can, but I would say that this collective specifically is really good at it. You're very skillful and talented at it, so gotta make use of that. The second card that appeared was, it's good to feel good. And I have this feeling that this collective is already really into having good feelings in their life. They're really attuned, or they really value to having good feelings in your life. Even the smallest of things, like choosing clothes or choosing your home furniture, or like small utensils that you use in your home. You choose and want to use things that feel really quality-wise good. It doesn't have to be necessarily expensive or brandy, like trendy. It doesn't have to be that. It just has to check your quality, like good feeling standard that you have in yourself. It's like a taste sensor. Yes, you have a really good and good taste in everything, like music, food, movies, clothes, even people. Even with people, you have a really good sense of what is good and what is bad, like what people are good and what people are bad. You have a sensor of that. And the last card from this oracle deck is, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. As you can see, you are ready to receive. You are blessed to receive 3 things. That is divine guidance, which is a connection to the divine, to the ancestry, to the high self, to the universe. You have an access to understand or feel or get the messages of the divine. Clear direction, that is, I feel, or I see that you get messages very clearly most of the times. Maybe the connection with you and the divine, let's say it's not 24/7 present all the time, but when it is connected, you get clear messages really quickly and sharp. So that is clear direction. For some people, maybe they don't get as clear messages as you get. They get like somehow rounded, like somehow doubted messages, or messages that are very not clear. But for you, you get clear messages, and you really know when it is clear and when it is not. And the third thing that you have a blessing of is great wisdom. That's also very something to be thankful and appreciative for. Great wisdom is very different than having spiritual connection and intuition. Great wisdom is something, in my opinion, in my knowledge, that it is something that your ancestry have accumulated for many, many lifetimes, for many, many generations, and now you have the outlet or inlet. You have the capacity to withhold that much knowledge and wisdom that so many generations before you have collected and prepared you for, almost. So in another sense, all these blessings also come as a responsibility, for sure. And it doesn't have to be like forceful, aggressive expectation and responsibility that you carry in this life. It's a blessing and a responsibility that you have the honor to carry in this lifetime. I hope you can see it in that way. Oof, there's a thunderstorm happening outside. It's so exciting. Okay, let's get into the next oracle card messages. Oh, and the card in the middle, Unbound, this was also shown up in the first collective, and I believe maybe this is a collective, like a message that is happening for many of us. Everyone is releasing their karmic ties, their karmic wounds. It doesn't have to be karmic. Everyone is healing from something, and everyone is releasing something, embracing something. A lot of healing happening. It doesn't have to be necessarily this lifetime. It's from a lot of things, like past lives and from ancestries and from just collective wounds. We doesn't have to necessarily heal our own wounds. We just heal collective wounds. And for this collective, I also feel that you are feeling into more of the subconscious collective side, and you are maybe healing more of not your only wounds, but also the whole world's collectives, you know, this lifetime, this generations, this period of living 2025 collective wound healing. Yes. And since you're doing such a grand job for many people in this period of life, you are transforming at a very high speed, and it's happening at a cellular level. Things are changing. You are healing deeply. You are healing not only for yourself, but for the collective, for many people, as I said. So as much as it is a responsibility and a great, it demands a great capacity for it, but also it's giving you a great blessing, for sure. And maybe your soul is upgrading, getting updates at a very, high level. And it's a very great opportunity for your soul to develop and transform in such a way. So that is very exciting. Congratulations. The next card for this oracle deck is Break the Chain. And for sure, you are rewriting the future. I believe that after some time, so many years, our whole humanity will change. And let's say you are one of those people who are changing the future of humanity. You are almost sculpting and shaping and building the foundation, the general shape of humanity. Your healing, your collective subconscious connection, divine connection, all of these stuffs. This is all just you are being the leader, almost one of the firsts to change all the emotional, all the mental, and even bodily changes, and just shaping the future. That's very exciting. The next oracle deck is a deck called Soul's Journey, I believe. And you have drawn these 3 cards: love, discipline, growth. First, love. First and foremost, most importantly, love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, even in the most darkest, most ugliest, most... even in the darkest of the tunnel, of the hole, of everything, there is always good in things. And you are someone who is capable of seeing that, of feeling that, of having that insight that in everything bad, or in anything bad, dark, there is always a glimmer of hope, a glimmer, a light of love and light. Light exists in everything, even in the darkness. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So I believe that for this collective, maybe you have, as I said, you have a higher calling, you have a deep calling, and you have a very, let's say, far place to reach, because that is where you can reach. That is what you were given. And discipline is much needed to get into that space or place or destination. And I think you already know this too. And it's already time to exercise good discipline and start to practice it more and more, so that it becomes natural for you to be highly disciplined. And that is when I think that you will have already reached the place, the destination that you are aimed and called to. Third card, growth. Your soul has come to this lifetime to expand their consciousness and awareness and develop their soul level. And that is what you're doing in this lifetime. You have already reached a lot of changes and growth, but I feel that there is much more to go forward and change and grow as well. So you have much more exciting growth waiting for you ahead. And it doesn't necessarily have to be painful as it maybe was before, but it can be full of love and light and wisdom and discipline and many exciting new things that you have never felt before, and they will come along with the growth. Okay, thank you. Our next card are these 3 messages. The first card that showed up was this one: unplug. Unplug. I think you need to get some time off social media, the internet, maybe, and just reset your nervous system somewhere. If you can, by the beach. Most probably it's suitable if you take this dissociating time from the society and from the internet, from the electronics, technology, in the sunlight, and of course nature. But sunlight would be most important. Maybe it can be in your balcony, at your balcony outside. If you can't have access to nature, then balcony sunlight will do as well, even for a day. Next card that was shown to me was this card, Believe. And you are a unicorn, just as in this picture. You are just very different from others. And not many people like you exist. Maybe you see some people that are as different and as unique as you on the internet, such as this such as tarot reading videos. But except that from where you are, from your community, you don't know much people that are as different as you, and you feel different like a unicorn. And that's just very beautiful. Maybe before you have not learned to embrace and fully embrace the uniqueness of you, but now you have come to a level that where you enjoy your unique, authentic self. And it's also about believing. Believing can take things, can take us, can take our dreams into so many places, even places we never even knew existed, to beautiful places. And the last message for you from this deck is stop comparing. Maybe because you are so different, sometimes you get yourself lost in a comparing loophole, that you keep comparing yourself, like, why am I not like these people, or why people are not like me? And at the end of it all, it doesn't matter. We are not born to be similar to each other. We are born to be very different, very unique, and so that we can bring the change and bring the growth, and for all of humanity's sake, you know? I also get sometimes into a loophole of comparing myself, but then I also try to remember that comparison is always gonna be very much draining for my energy, for my consciousness. It doesn't help anyone. It's just not very smart, you know? It's not very, energy-wise, it's not helpful at all. So we just gotta realize, get aware that we are comparing, and just observe ourselves when we get into comparison mode. And then after we observe it, we can just stop comparing. Stop whatever we're doing and thinking. As for the subconscious cards, originally for dream interpretation cards, but I like to use them for many other reasons. You have drawn these 3 interesting cards. I think when you look at them, most of you, each one of you, can draw information for yourself, and I will also help you draw information from my standpoint. But also I believe for most of you, just looking at them and getting insights will be also available. So please look at the cards attentively. The first card that was shown to me was the sweets. Maybe you are eating too much lately. Maybe you're into having much more appetite lately, and maybe you have gained weight, or I don't know, your skin is rushing up, your skin is acting up, and maybe you just gotta focus and be aware of what you're putting into your body. It's directly correlated to your spirit, to your soul, and all kinds of well-being, mental and emotional. even sleeping, dreams. So maybe just gotta hold down the sugar intake, hold down the processed foods, and try to be more aware of your body, what it needs nutritionally, and give your body what it needs more than what your appetite wants. And the next card was flying, and I think some of you, or maybe most of you, are still somehow scared of something deep down, subconsciously. Maybe, no, not maybe, probably it's related to your inner child healing, inner child wound that you've been scared when you were a little child, and now you're still scared of that thing, and maybe now the time has come for you to let go of that fear. But for sure, to let go, you need to be aware of the fear. Our next card is doctors. So as you can see in this card, maybe it's time for you to pay attention to your health, to your body, and just give it much more care and attention than you did before. It's time to change your lifestyle in a healthy way for you to have a better health, for you to have a better nutrition and body, so that you can live long and reach what you have to reach, fulfill the calling. And as a closing for this collective reading, I have drawn 2 archetype cards, which is seed and agape. I had to look up what the agape is in the guidebook, and maybe some of you know more than me about this card, but I will try to interpret it as much as I can from my own understanding. First, the seed card showed up, and it gave me this feeling that you are someone who is starter of something very important. Maybe you need to start and plant a seed for a big project. It doesn't have to be big as you start. It can grow as you develop it, as you work through it. So the starting point is very, very important for you. It can seem as if it's like a side job or like a small hobby for you, but then after some time it can develop and grow into a very large project, a very large tree that you have planted the seed before, which is now. And agape is having more of humble devotion and care for all beings, for the greater good, for the highest good, for God or universe, however you want to interpret it. It's about being the humble one in your spiritual journey. And be careful of spiritual bypassing, which is a stage I think everyone in the spiritual journey goes through. So maybe it's time for you to let go of some spiritual ego if you think you have, or maybe you don't think you have, but then there are some slight aspects of you that are still existing in the spiritual bypassing egoic state. And this is a reminder message for you. Maybe you have needed. Okay, thank you for watching your collective reading video, and if you like, please support me and leave a comment so that next time I can connect to you more. See you in the next video. Goodbye. Hello, beautiful collective number 3. You have chosen the card Fulfilling Days, card number 4, Taurus in Full Moon. And as we can see from this beautiful, cute, sweet, soft card, I think it's one of the most, as the word suggests, fulfilling cards of the deck. And I get this feeling that now, in this period of your life, you have come to a place where you have maybe accomplished a material abundance, or it doesn't have to be necessarily abundance. It can be this cozied up, fulfilling, warm place that you have created for yourself. A home, a closet, a partner maybe, a community maybe, a friendship, or just very content with yourself and who you are, how you are in your life. It doesn't have to be lavish, it doesn't have to be extensive, expensive. It just feels very comfort and warm and cozy. So let's get into a charm reading first for your collective. What is it that is universe holding for you in this period of your life? Beautiful. As in the previous collectives before, there's a wing. Some of you, or maybe all of you, have spread your wings already and is learning to fly freely. There is a key. You have found a key to your heart or to your home, most probably to your inner child. And the bear in the card looks really content, and he or she looks like a very content inner child that has no issues with anything. And I get this feeling that this collective has found their key to their inner child happiness and content. There's also a ball that is related to tradition, to ancestry, and harmony, peace, and maybe wisdom. Yes, wisdom. There's also a bell. So you also have a bell that can be interpreted as a calling to achieve your dreams, to achieve your goal, and it's a ready time for you to do that. It's a good time to get the call, to receive the call. So the first cards I drew for your beautiful collective are these 3 cards that all have the natural white, orange, green, yellow, red colors. They're giving me good feelings, and there is a lot of flowers, the moon, and some fireflies, or maybe dragonflies. Yes. And it's just giving me this feeling of very warmth, natural, nature, happiness. The first card that appeared was, I think this one, yes. My ability to receive is measured by how much I practice good feeling thoughts. Same as the previous collective. You are much more happy, or you're just much more attuned, and you're just much more tapped into abundance. Any way of abundance. It can be any way of abundance. You can receive with how much more often and how much more often you can feel good about yourself and just feel good about everything in your life, even the worst parts of your life, even the ugliest parts, even the ugly things in your life. If you can feel good about them, then you will be able to receive the good stuff, vice versa. So good feelings, good thoughts coming out equals good blessings, good things coming into your life. The next card is directing my focus onto what's thriving, creates more of what I want. I think this card resonates with me a lot as well. I'm getting really excited at this moment as I read this, the title of the card. I think sometimes our minds or our egos don't really know what's best for us, but the universe knows. Our highest selves knows. Our soul knows what's best for us, and what does usually thrive is what does the universe wants us to thrive, or what the higher self or the soul wants to thrive. That is, well, what's suitable for us. And maybe we think that one thing is good for us, but in reality, what's good for us is just something else. And you can take the sign as what is thriving, what is successful. That means that is most suitable and most optimal for you. And you can create more of that. It can develop, it can grow, it can become into a beautiful thing that you have not expected or planned as before. So that's the message for this card. And the last card is I'm patient, knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Is about patience. This card also resonates with me so much because most of the times I'm not so patient myself, and I'm more of an impulsive person. But as I grow, and as I get more mature, I realize that patience is much more smarter choice than, acting impulsively and taking up your emotions, using up your energy. So for this collective, I would say that just whatever you're doing as of now, just take a moment and be patient. Maybe it doesn't have to happen right now, what you're expecting to happen and what you want to happen. Maybe it will not happen right now, and it will happen a bit later when you're patient, when you have learned to tap into the patient frequency. And also knowing that the highest good will happen to you is also about faith in the universe, faith in yourself and faith in your destiny. It can be just optimistic outlook in your life and just waiting for the good stuff to come into your life, because they will come. That's kind of patience we're talking about here. Okay, let's dive into our next oracle deck. Yes, Leap. Leap was the first card that I saw in this drawing. And it's about taking the risk, as discussed in the previous collective also. It's about taking the risk, facing your fears, getting over the challenges that you have wanted to get over for so long, and now you're finally ready to jump. You go first, the universe will catch you. And it's about having that faith and patience and embracing and letting go. And just giving in, giving in to the flow of the universe in your life. And whatever happen will happen. Whoever will come into your life, and things will unfold on its own. And you just gotta be the beautiful observer, beautiful audience of your own life's unfolding. It's gonna be a beautiful awakening. Most definitely, this collective is going through a major awakening, spiritual awakening period, and they're getting a lot of energetic upgrades. They are being, they're living, they're existing, they're breathing, they're eating, everything they're talking is just becoming very, very different, like from before. Maybe other people cannot recognize it so well, but then you yourself can recognize it really well, and you're just feeling very different about yourself, and it makes you feel really alive. It makes you feel like you're living for the first time, even though you have lived before, like how many years you lived. But then after the awakening, after the energetic upgrades, every breath, every look, outside or even at yourself in the mirror, it feels really different. And Also, you're integrating. Integrating means just becoming whole, just becoming more one, you know. If before you have been separate somehow, and then you felt really lonely and lost or really empty, now that feeling is gone, and you're feeling really whole and integrated and just really present and aware and content and full, you know, that kind of feeling. The last card that appeared while drawing was this card, Protection. I believe that some of you, or all of you, have still some energetic cords to unnecessary connections, unnecessary people, soul, energy, places, or just energetic or just emotional wounds you have from childhood. And you just gotta call back your power, cut the cord, energetic cord, and your soul is gonna retrieve back to you. You're gonna feel much more stronger, much more protected. And if you want to ask, well, how do you do that? How do you feel more protected? Is just being aware of your own protection, just calling back your protection, thinking intentionally that I am protected is the protection itself. It starts from there. And then for everyone, I think it happens very intuitively in their own way. So you gotta find your own way of protection. I would say that is the best advice I would give to you. And the next oracle deck is Ask for Help, Pause, and Listen. I really love these three. Ask for help. So here, as you can see in the card, there is a divine guiding angel standing right beside you, and they're ready to hold your hand. They're just lighting up your way, and you can just ask for help, ask for support, and they'll be ready to give it to you. It can be done as of praying, as of asking for blessings, meditating, journaling, breath work, and you can ask for any kind of help you may wish or want. It can happen, or it can be needed in a specific triggering, challenging moments in your life, or when you're triggered or when you're upset, and you can ask for help. It really does work. It really does help. And also you can pause and just as in this picture, enjoy the sun, enjoy the air, take a breath and enjoy the nature. And then there is something you gotta listen to really attentively, really closely and patiently. I believe it's a voice of your own. Listen to your own inner child. You listen to your own inner voice. Listen to your own inner guidance. And you will find the much needed answer or calling that you have been subconsciously not knowing that you needed that calling or answer. Okay, and we have these dream interpretation subconscious cards that I like to use for many other reasons other than dream interpretation. Oh, the first card, art, was drawn first, and either you're a very avid art lover or you need art in this period of your life. Maybe you've been away from, just enjoying some art. Maybe go to a gallery, go watch an art film, maybe go listen, just listen to music, and do nothing else than listening to music. And I believe your soul will take its much needed rest and much needed charge, and overwhelming feelings maybe will wash your body and emotions and mind. So anyways, yes, tune into some great art. It will help you. The wedding card showed, but I believe this is about finding a partner, finding a lover. Or just a really good friend that it will walk beside you in your soul journey, which is this lifetime. And you are, even though you are very different from each other, you have, come to this very close connection place. Your paths are not necessarily same, but similar. And there's also a ring. Maybe you need to go buy a jewelry for yourself that is gonna be your protection charm, protection jewelry, protection ring, or it doesn't have to be necessarily a ring, but I think it's a ring for most people. It can be a necklace, it can be earring, it can be a bracelet, but yes, go buy a ring or go buy a jewelry that you are most attracted to, and maybe that can help you get the protected feeling that we were talking about before. And then also you have this really good friend. It can be a lover, it can be a partner, it can be a husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. It can be a best friend that is walking right together with you in their own soul journey, and that is beautiful. You are in company. And the last card is dogs. Somehow it's really interesting. Maybe it's about pets. Maybe you want to get a pet, or you need a pet, and a pet will change your life. It doesn't have to necessarily be dogs, but maybe dogs for most people. For me, I recently got a pet, a kitten, like 2 months ago, or 1 month ago, and he's 2 months old now. So yes, it changes your life. Pet can change your life, I would say that. Okay, let's get into our next oracle deck. It's a Soul's Journey oracle deck. And these are the things your soul is needing as of now. Service, acceptance, and honesty. How beautiful. Acceptance card showed up first, and I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. I believe everyone has their own challenges of learning the skill of acceptance, right? And maybe it has come to you just recently, just very recently, and you have tapped into the beautiful feeling of accepting things, and you just keep going on accepting everything, It's very rewarding feeling. Once you learn how to accept one thing that was really hard to accept before, and then afterwards you get the reward for that embrace, that let go, that acceptance, and then you just keep on going. You're just encouraged to keep on accepting things furthermore. So I think that's the case for most of you. And honestly, I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. This resonates with me as well. Most of the times, we usually expect truth and honesty from others, but it's so rare for us to expect it from ourselves, demand it from ourselves. And it's taking me so much work to learn to be honest with myself. It's something that you kind of learn, exercise, and practice, and kind of get used to. I would say it's not that easy. I think you understand. It's one of the challenging self-growth parts, that you learn to be honest with yourself and true to yourself. Maybe it's one of the highest frequencies you can reach, being authentic and true to yourself. So for this collective, what your soul needs from you or wants from you right now is to learn to be honest with yourself, and not demand it or look for it from outside, but look for it from your inside. Yes. Tap into your own honesty, and everything else will start becoming honest. I guarantee this. If you start becoming true and live your life truly, everything else will become true as well. Everything false will break down. Everything not honest, everything dishonest will just dissipate and disappear from your life. And the last card from this deck is service. I feel good when I can help others. So I believe service is one of the major soul purposes, soul callings for this collective. being of service to others. Serving is of the highest divine things you can do with your life, with your soul, with your body, you know. Just as me doing this tarot reading for you all, I'm also serving to you all, and I feel really great doing this service for you all. And for you who's watching this video, I also believe that you can be of service to others in a great way, and you will feel so blessed and so fulfilled after you tap into the service frequency. And as an ending for this collective reading, the last oracle or the last card for you is from the archetype card, and the cards that I drew from this deck is Mirror the Womb. Somehow I get this very intense, deep feeling from this drawing. It, of course, it talks about womb, which is mother, which is our origin, which is our egg, which is where we come from, which is our soul is sent from above, from the universe to the earth, and we come out of it as this human that we're here living. So it's the origin. And the mirror is also reminding us how we are mirroring each other, how our realities, how our lives are the mirrors of our own consciousness, of our own energy, and of our own thoughts and feelings. So as you look outside yourself, you can see the reflection of your own soul everywhere. If, let's say, you're looking at something and you are becoming angry, there is always a message in that reflection. There is always a reminder that what you're seeing outside is what's within you, deep down, even though you may think that you don't have it. And the womb also reminds us that we all come from the same womb, which is our mother's womb, and we are all similar, very similar to each other. We are all human, and we just gotta remind ourselves that we may feel like our souls may feel different from one another. Like, let's say some people believe that they are from another galaxy or another planet, or I don't know, even within the earth we have racism and we believe that we are all different, but somehow we're all just human, and we gotta remind ourselves that we're all very similar. We all carry very similar, same pains, same wounds, same heartbreaks, and we all go through the same challenges. We all crave the same love and affection and respect. So I'll end the collective reading here, and thank you for watching so much. This is my first collective tarot reading I'm doing in English, and if this has resonated with you, let me know in the comments so that next time I can connect with you more. And thank you for watching the video. I wish you best of luck. Goodbye.